Have you ever looked in the mirror and quietly wondered, am I still attractive? Age may bring a few wrinkles, but here's the truth. Real attractiveness has nothing to do with youth, and everything to do with how you live your life. If you still carry these signs, then you're more magnetic than you realize. Don't scroll away, stick with me, and let's uncover 7 timeless traits that make older men unforgettable. Still watching? Drop a ready in the comments if you're here for the journey, because this one is for you. Sign number 1. The power of posture. What your body says before you speak. Have you ever caught a glimpse of yourself in a mirror? Maybe walking past a window or stepping out of your car and been a little surprised by what you saw? Not because of your face or your age, but because of the way you were holding yourself. Shoulders slightly hunched, head tilted down, feet dragging a bit more than they used to. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. We've all had days where life feels heavier than usual. Responsibilities, disappointments, or even just fatigue quietly changing the way we move. But here's the powerful truth. The way you carry yourself says more about you than your words ever could. Posture isn't just about standing straight. It's about the energy you bring into a room without having to say a single word. When you walk in with your shoulders back, your chest open, and your head held high, people don't just see you. They feel your presence. That kind of quiet confidence is magnetic, especially as you age. And no, you don't need a model's physique or to move like you're 20 again. What matters is how intentional you are. A relaxed, upright stance tells the world, I still value myself. I'm still engaged. I still belong. Posture also affects how you feel inside. Studies show that standing tall can improve mood, reduce stress, and even increase confidence. It's not just a signal to others, it's a message to yourself. Still with me? If this resonates, type "stand tall" in the comments. Let's remind each other we're still here, still strong, still standing. So the next time you catch yourself slouching, pause, breathe, ground your feet, roll your shoulders back, and rise into your full height. Not to impress anyone, but to remind yourself of who you are. Because good posture isn't just physical, it's a mindset. And it's one of the clearest signs that your strength hasn't gone anywhere. You're still in the game, still commanding attention, still worth noticing. Sign number 2. Engaging conversation. The charm that doesn't fade. Think back to the last time you were at a dinner party, a cafe, or even a casual get-together. Was there someone people naturally gathered around? Not because they were the loudest, but because when they spoke, people listened? Chances are it wasn't the youngest guy in the room. It was the one who spoke with quiet confidence, shared a good story, and made others feel seen. That's the power of an engaging conversation. And if you still know how to hold one, you are far more attractive than you think. Being a great conversationalist isn't about dominating the room or throwing around big words. It's about connection. It's knowing when to speak, when to listen, and how to make people feel comfortable in your presence. You've lived, you've experienced things. That depth, when expressed with authenticity, draws people in. A well-placed story, a bit of dry humor, or even a moment of thoughtful silence can be more captivating than any clever punchline. Let's check in. Have people ever leaned in when you spoke? Have they nodded, smiled, or said, "That's a great point"? If yes, you have a magnetic presence, and you probably didn't even realize it. And here's something women often say, but men underestimate. A man who listens. really listens, is unforgettable. Not because he agrees with everything, but because he makes her feel heard. In a world full of noise, being present is rare, and rare is always attractive. But let's take it a step further. Great conversation is more than words. It's how you carry your stories, how you show curiosity, how you invite others to open up. It's not about being the center of attention, it's about being the center of connection. So if you find yourself in conversations where people open up, laugh, and linger just a little longer before saying goodbye, that's a sign. You're not just speaking, you're making people feel something. If you're still here and this resonates, drop a "good talk" in the comments. Let's hear from the men who still know how to turn words into warmth. Because at the end of the day, looks may fade, but a man who knows how to connect will never go unnoticed. Keep talking, keep listening, keep showing the world that age only deepens your story and your ability to share it. Sign number 3. Stay active and mobile. Movement is magnetism. You don't have to run marathons. You don't have to deadlift 300 pounds or do handstands on the beach. But if you can get out of bed with ease, take a long walk without needing to pause, or bend down to tie your shoes without groaning, then you're already radiating something deeply attractive: vitality. Let's be honest, the ability to move freely is underrated until it's gone. As we age, stiffness can creep in quietly. A little back pain here, a slower pace there. It happens. But the difference between fading and thriving often lies in one choice. Will you keep moving? When you stay active, whether that's through daily walks, stretching, gardening, or chasing your grandkids around the yard, you send a powerful message. I still engage with life. I'm still in motion, and I'm not done yet. That kind of presence is magnetic. It shows in the way you walk into a room without hesitation, in how you move through crowds, carry your groceries, or help someone up a step without blinking. Women notice that. Everyone notices that. Not because you're trying to prove anything, but because you're still participating in life. And here's the truth. Mobility is more than physical. When your body moves, your mind follows. You think clearer. You feel lighter. You show up better in every space you enter. A man who moves with purpose looks alive. He looks interested. He looks like someone who hasn't given up. Quick check-in. Can you walk for 20 minutes without discomfort? Can you stretch your arms over your head without feeling locked up? If yes, celebrate that. Seriously, drop a "still moving" in the comments, because that's something many take for granted. If not, don't worry. It's not too late. Movement is something you can rebuild, step by step, stretch by stretch. Start small. Take the stairs. Do 5 minutes of morning stretches. Go outside and just walk. The goal isn't perfection, it's participation. Because the man who stays active, no matter his age, doesn't just live longer, he lives better. So don't slow down if you don't have to. Keep moving, keep stretching, keep saying yes to the simple, everyday motions of life. Because mobility isn't just about joints and muscles, it's about freedom. And nothing is more attractive than a man who still walks with strength, energy, and quiet confidence. Sign 4. Dress well and stay groomed, because self-respect is always in style. You don't need designer suits. You don't have to follow fashion trends or spend thousands at the barber. But if you still take the time to dress with intention, groom yourself with care, and walk out the door looking put together, you're already telling the world something powerful. I still take pride in who I am. And that is incredibly attractive. Let's be real. Aging changes a lot. Our faces gain character, our bodies shift. But style? Grooming? Those are choices. And choices carry meaning. Wearing clean, well-fitted clothes, even just a crisp shirt and jeans, says that you value how you show up. A fresh haircut, a trimmed beard, or a pleasant scent doesn't just make you look good, it makes people feel good around you. Be honest. When's the last time you looked in the mirror before leaving and thought, "Yeah, I look sharp today"? If you've done that recently, type "own it" in the comments. Let's give credit where credit is due, because effort deserves to be noticed. Now, this isn't about impressing anyone, it's about expressing something, that you're still present in your own life, that you haven't given up, that you still care about yourself and about how others experience you. Women notice these details. They really do. A man who's clean, well-dressed, and smells good leaves a stronger impression than one trying to look young. Because confidence isn't loud, it's clean, and grooming isn't vanity. It's a form of self-respect. When you trim that beard, press that shirt, or shine those shoes, you're sending a quiet message. I value myself enough to take care of the details. Still here? Drop a "still sharp" if this resonates with you. Whether you're 45 or 75, style has no expiration date. And remember, it's not about dressing up, it's about showing up. Because when you look in the mirror and like what you see, the world tends to agree. So the next time you're heading out, whether it's for a date, a walk, or just the grocery store, put on something that fits well, feels right, and reflects who you are today. Because how you present yourself on the outside often reflects how you feel on the inside. And a man who looks put together doesn't just get noticed, he gets remembered. Sign 5, emotional maturity and stability, strength that doesn't shout. Picture this. 2 men face the same frustrating situation. Maybe a delay, a disagreement, or someone testing their patience. One reacts instantly, raising his voice, pointing fingers, letting emotion take the wheel. The other stays calm. He listens. He pauses. And then he responds, not from ego, but from understanding. Now ask yourself, which one would you rather be? Which one do people trust more? Which one do women feel safer around? The answer is clear. Emotional stability is strength in its highest form. As we get older, the ability to remain grounded, not rattled, becomes one of the most attractive things we can offer the world. It says, "I've lived, I've learned, and I no longer need to win every argument to feel secure." That quiet power, it's magnetic. You don't have to be emotionless. In fact, the opposite is true. A mature man feels deeply. He just doesn't let those feelings control him. He speaks with intention. He handles stress with grace. And he makes the people around him feel safe, seen, and respected. Let's pause here. Have you been told, "You're the calm one," or "You make things feel okay when they're falling apart"? If yes, drop a solid ground in the comments, because emotional maturity is rare and it matters more than ever. And if you've struggled with this, snapping too quickly, holding grudges, or letting anger lead, it's not too late. Self-control isn't something you're born with. It's a practice. And every moment you choose patience over pride, wisdom over impulse, you grow stronger. The truth is, anyone can be loud. Anyone can react. But the man who stays steady when others shake? That's the man people respect. That's the man others want by their side. So next time life throws you a curveball, breathe. Don't respond to prove something. Respond to protect something, your peace, your values, your integrity. Because emotional maturity isn't about being perfect. It's about being dependable. And nothing is more attractive than a man who makes others feel emotionally safe. Sign number 6. Sense of humor, the spark that keeps you irresistible. Let's face it, life gets heavy sometimes. Bills, health, family, unfinished dreams, quiet mornings that feel too quiet. But if you can still laugh, if you can still make others smile, you hold a kind of power that no age can ever take from you. Because a good sense of humor isn't about telling perfect jokes or being the loudest guy in the room. It's about how you carry life. It's about finding lightness in the middle of stress and reminding people, just by being you, that everything's going to be okay. There's something incredibly attractive about a man who doesn't take himself too seriously. Someone who can chuckle at his own mistakes. Someone who drops a witty one-liner at the perfect moment. Someone who can turn a tough day into something people can laugh about. Let's pause for a moment. Have you ever lightened the mood with one small comment, and suddenly everyone at the table relaxed? If yes, type "still got it" in the comments, because that spark you carry, it's gold. Humor is emotional intelligence in action. It shows timing, empathy, and the rare ability to connect through joy, not control. And guess what? Women love that. They're not looking for clowns, but for men who make life feel less heavy, more human. A man who can laugh with them, not at them. Someone who can be silly, sweet, sarcastic, or sincere, all in one conversation. If you can smile in the face of frustration, if you can bring light into a heavy room, if people feel better after talking to you, you're not just attractive, you're unforgettable. And here's a truth that hits deeper. Laughter heals. Not just others, but you. It lowers stress, strengthens your heart, improves your memory. It's not just charm, it's medicine. So keep telling those stories. Keep making those dry, brilliant observations. Keep laughing at yourself in the best way possible. Because as long as you can smile, genuinely, playfully, freely, you're not growing old. You're growing lighter, brighter, more alive, and the world needs more of that. Sign 7, passion for life. The fire that never ages. There's something undeniably captivating about a man who still lights up when he talks about something he loves. It could be woodworking, mentoring, cooking, reading, fixing up old trucks, or planning his next road trip. Whatever it is, when his eyes spark with energy, when his voice lifts just a bit, you know he hasn't given up on life. And that passion, that fire, it's magnetic. Because, let's be honest, many people slowly stop living long before life is over. They trade curiosity for comfort, adventure for routine, wonder for resignation. But you, if you're still waking up with something to look forward to, if you still chase the things that make your heart beat a little faster, you're not just alive, you're attractive. Passion says, I'm still engaged. I'm still evolving. I'm still here to live, not just to exist. And people, especially women, notice. Not because you're trying to impress, but because your enthusiasm reminds them what it means to feel alive again. Quick check-in. What's one thing that still excites you? If you've got something in mind right now, drop "still burning" in the comments. Let's show the world that passion doesn't fade. It deepens. And if you don't know what excites you anymore, don't panic. It's not too late to rediscover it. Start small. Revisit old hobbies. Try something new. Follow that little tug in your gut. Because passion isn't a luxury. It's fuel. And it's one of the most youthful, irresistible energies a man can carry. When you're passionate, You're dynamic. You're in motion. You're unpredictable in the best way. You remind people that life still has color, movement, purpose, and so do you. So don't let your spark fade. Fan it. Feed it. Share it. Because the most attractive man in any room isn't the youngest. It's the one who's still on fire for something. And that, right there, is timeless. You've just seen 7 signs that prove attraction doesn't fade with age. It simply evolves. From the way you stand, speak, and move, to how you carry emotion, express humor, take pride in your appearance, and stay passionate about life, you are more magnetic than you realize. Age doesn't take away your value. In many ways, it sharpens it. So stand tall, speak with purpose, move with energy, and never stop doing what lights you up inside. If even one of these signs spoke to you today, drop a comment below. Let us know which one you see in yourself, or which one you're reclaiming. And if no one's told you this lately, you are not past your prime. You're in your power. And the world still needs what you bring. Thanks for watching. And keep showing up as the man you were born to be.